construction worker at Lindisfarne car park in Northumberland, England, have uncovered a surprising discovery: a group of 7 graves dating back to medieval times. According to Chronicle Live, the graves were found by Northumberland County Council archaeologists during work to install a new water pipe, just before the new year. The team believes there could be more graves yet to be discovered. The remains have not yet been dated, but they are thought to be medieval or possibly even early medieval. Lindisfarne, also called Holy Island, has a rich history, with a monastery founded in around 634 by Irish monk St. Aidan. The island was also home to Northumberland's patron saint, St. Cuthbert, who served as the abbot of the monastery and later as the Bishop of Lindisfarne. The famous Northumbrian figure, St. Bede, also chronicled the life of St. Cuthbert. Northumberland, a county in the northeastern part of England, was shaped by centuries of political and cultural turmoil, from the early medieval period through the Middle Ages. In the early days, the Angles and the Vikings ruled the land, leaving their mark on the settlements and trade along the coast. But the Normans were to make an even bigger impact when they conquered the area in the 11th century, building imposing castles and towns, such as the iconic Bamberg Castle, which was a major center of power and administration. The medieval period also saw the rise of the mighty Percy family, who controlled Northumberland for several centuries and erected grand castles such as Alnwick Castle, which still stands today as the second largest inhabited castle in England. Religion also played a major role in medieval Northumberland. As well as Lindisfarne Priory, founded by St. Aidan, there was also Tynemouth Priory, one of the most powerful monasteries in medieval England, which left a lasting impact on the region. The Middle Ages were also marked by battles which shaped the destiny of the land and its people, such as the Battle of Hexham in 1464 and the Battle of Flodden in 1513. BBC reports that Assistant County Archaeologist Nick Best spoke about the findings at a meeting of the Ashington and Blyth Local Area Council, saying they're very interesting remains and that the team will be able to get some radiocarbon dates from them. The discovery provides a glimpse into the past and adds to the storied history of Lindisfarne. Construction of a road in southeast Poland has unearthed a centuries-old cemetery containing the remains of more than 100 children. As Stuart Dowell reports for Polish media outlet The First News, archaeologists from Arkadia Firma Archeologiczna excavated the area following construction workers' discovery of human remains. Between 70% and 80% of the skeletons found in the graveyard, which was likely in use from the late 16th century through the early 17th century, are children. The find confirms local legends of a lost children's cemetery in the woods. Most of the bodies were buried individually in an east-west orientation, but one grave contained 4 individuals, possibly siblings, positioned with their heads facing the same direction and their feet placed together, according to Gizmodo's George Dvorsky. The arrangement of the skeletons, the state of their preservation, shows that the discovery is a Catholic Church cemetery, which was certainly taken care of. Archaeologist Katarzyna Olasek tells The First News, "No grave is damaged by another. The inhabitants knew exactly where they had graves and took care of them." Some of the deceased were buried with coins in their mouths, a practice that dates back to ancient Greece. Popular lore suggests the dead needed these tokens to pay Charon, the ferryman who transports souls across the river Styx, for safe passage. Those lacking a coin would be trapped between the realms of the living and the dead forever. The coins represent the most compelling evidence of the cemetery's age. Many were minted around the turn of the 17th century during the reign of Poland's Sigismund III Wasa, who ruled from 1587 until his death in 1632, writes Ashley Cowie for Ancient Origins. Others were minted later during the reign of Sigismund's second son, John II Casimir, who ruled from 1648 to 1668 and lost Polish territory to Ukraine, Tatarstan, Sweden, and Russia. The community that used the cemetery was probably very poor. Olesek tells the Polish press agency, as quoted by Ancient Origins. Though the site was well maintained, the graves lacked commonly found burial artifacts like buttons, nails, and coffin handles. Written records dating to the turn of the 17th century note that the region, known as Gory Kosiel, or the Church Mountains, once hosted a large parish church with a garden, a rectory, a school, and a cemetery. The archaeologists suspect that the newly identified site may be a section of the cemetery dedicated specifically to children. A yet-to-be-found area may house adult members of the community, reports Agata Kolchika for Polish news outlet Gazeta Wyborcza. The archaeologists plan to more closely analyze the remains before reburying them at a local parish church. According to Gizmodo, the reburial will strive to preserve the cemetery's original layout, meaning that the 4 children interred side by side will once again be laid to rest together.